Hello, good morning. Welcome to another installment of the GIVEMAS project. My name is Nikki Darling, and we're happy to have you here. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. So, if you're not familiar with the GIVEMAS project, it's a project that we're doing here in the month of December. Every day, we'd like to recognize somebody spectacular within the community that's just shown everyday wins in their life and powered through giving back to their community, to their family, to their faith in one way or another. It can be different for different people in different circumstances, but we're here to acknowledge those people. And we've been pairing up with a lot of the businesses and small businesses within the Wenatchee Valley to give gifts to these wonderful recipients that we're getting some nominations. So if you would like to nominate somebody for the rest of this month, I know we're about halfway done, but there's still some slots for some nominations. You can get in touch with me, and we would always appreciate that. And I started to meet with some people yesterday. I met with Jessie Drake, gave her Give Miss gift package. She's going to get a shopping after hour shopping experience over at Tumbleweeds. So we thank Tumbleweeds for that. She's going to bring some of her coworkers from the Wenatchee world, and they're going to get a few bottles of wine and go shopping and have a little holiday get together after hours at Tumbleweeds, which will be fun. So I had a good time hanging out with Jessie yesterday. We haven't really had a chance, so this was also an opportunity for her and I to uh, pause and have some time finally to get to know each other a little bit better. So I like that that has now become part of this project as well as a unintended or maybe subconsciously intended circumstance. So um, for today's installment of the Give Miss project, I am just, we go from this person being a nominator of another person to then becoming a nominee by a couple of different people. So I am just so excited and so happy to talk to you and acknowledge, talk to you about Michael Lee Miller. Michael is an amazing force within our community. She is like an enigma wrapped in rainbows, dipped in liquor. I don't think that she would mind me explaining her that way. Her and I have come across each other through the karaoke world, through just the performing arts world, and she is a comedian. Very funny, performed at Wenatchee Pride this past year, which I'll tell you, that's a tough gig. Okay. Like, yeah, getting up and in between drag queens and bands and all these high energy performances and trying to do comedy. Whew, ooh. But that's one thing about Michael. She just never shies away from those uncomfortable situations or topics. And I love that. She just does not mind kind of pushing the envelope a little bit for the sake of the greater good. I think that's a really good way to put it. If you've read her first book, um, I Should Have Worn Panties was the first book. Then you would know that she definitely is one to maybe push the boundaries. What else do I want to say? Like, not shy away from taboo topics. And I'm kind of the same way. I think she does it a bit more fearlessly than I do, so I give her a lot of credit for that. She definitely has skills. Skills to, I mean, like, kind of pay the bills. She worked for the Center for Autism, also helped out with like the wildland firefighters and that this past season. and then put out another book just this past year called Reverie, which I think is not as racy as the first book. But I just saw she was pushing her book this morning. So here she is. I want to show you the wonderful, beautiful being that is Michael Lee Miller. There she is with her book. I love the cover of this book. She told me, oh man, it was I think a local-ish artist that did that. Yeah, she says, I haven't plugged my book Reverie in a while. It would make a good gift. You can pick it up at Ye Olde Bookshop, Amazon, or have some copies on hand. Same for the old book, but that's a great gift for a very specific, open-minded reader. Reverie is downright wholesome and a great story. Oh, yeah, she said it a lot better than me. Which is pretty much the case. So, for always forging forward, I know that, just in some of our personal conversations, she has had some setbacks, but she also has gotten married. She's so in love with her husband, has a thriving, rambunctious, chaotic family, like so much of us do. But there's so much love. There's a lot of love in that family. And I love that Steve has now just become such a huge part of her life. That makes me happy to see that. Michael Lee Miller is today's recipient for our GIVEMAS project, the comedian, the writer. She's a karaoke diva. She is an amateur cookie decorator. I know she was trying to be a cookie decorator there for a while, and definitely a fashionista. She takes her fashion very seriously, as you should. So for being forefront in important social political issues, not being afraid to approach topics with humor and wit and intelligence, and for, gosh darn it, for sitting down and writing 2 freaking books. That's hard to do, but she did it. And this past year put out another book, which she's offering locally, right, in a local shop here. So for all of those reasons, and for everything that she is and represents and puts forth into the world, so much good, the sassiness and the snarkiness, an enigma wrapped in rainbows dipped in liquor. That is how I explained her. So for all those reasons, we recognize Michael Lee Miller for GIVEMAS as a GIVEMAS recipient, and let her know that we see you and the good that you're putting out there in the world, in our community. So please help me in recognizing Michael today and every day, and show her that we appreciate her. We'll give her one of our GIVEMAS gift packages as we get them all put together, and this will give us a reason, Michael, to get together and have some cookies. Could you amateurly decorate some cookies for me? Oh, we love you so much, and you are very deserving of all the love in this world. So thank you all for, welcome, happy holidays. And thank you. We'll have more recipients, but for right now, help me in appreciating Michael Lee Miller.